The mirror principle suggests that the external world is a reflection of your inner state. This means that every relationship, every interaction is a mirror showing you what's happening on the inside of you. And when you grasp this concept, you realize that to change your external relationships, you must first change your internal dialogue and beliefs. And we've touched on this in a previous lesson, and it's not going away. So let's integrate this principle more than ever before. Now, think about your closest relationship. I call this your sacred relationship. Is it filled with love, understanding, feeling seen and heard and supported? Or is it filled with conflict and misunderstanding, lack of security, blame, shame, condemnation, and pain? Are you focused on the fact that you are single now and looking at your past relationships this way? Well, according to the mirror principle, these and all relationships reflect your internal beliefs about yourself and others. So if you are constantly cheated on and you will not stop thinking and talking about it, then that will continue to be your experience. Now, I know it's hard to hear that, but you are the best solution. And it is so much faster than you realized if you just hang in there. Because when you shift these beliefs, the reflection of your relationships will change almost instantly. So, what are Neville Goddard's insights specifically on relationships? Neville Goddard taught that everyone is you pushed out. This means that the people in your life are reflecting your assumptions and beliefs about them and about relationships in general. So if you believe that people are untrustworthy, you will encounter untrustworthy people. If you believe you are worthy of love and respect, you will attract relationships that mirror those beliefs. That sounds great, but what do I do? Well, here is how you apply Neville Goddard's teaching specifically around this. Number one, you want to identify your core beliefs about relationships and the people in your life. Are these beliefs, for example, serving you or are they hindering you? Now, I'm going to tell you personally, I'll tell you that in my past, I have been betrayed by all but two of my partners. Not only was I betrayed by all but two partners, I was also their secret lover that family did not know about. The whole relationship was actually in secret, some of them for years. So I had this core belief about this, and I would switch from believing I was not good enough to be more than a secret lover or that there was something wrong with them, right? It's either me or them. And every new group or faith or therapist had an explanation that would just support either of those two ideas, more or less. So I would naturally think the worst whenever there was any conflict. And I was righteous about it too. Oh boy, was I. So, number two, you want to shift your assumptions. Consciously change your assumptions about your relationships and your ideas about relationships. So assume the best in people and believe that you are deserving of a loving and supportive connection. Now, using my example, I assumed that because I experienced this so many times before and I had all the data and the people that knew about it that I would share this with, and I knew the signs. So I was hyper vigilant to anticipate it. But this just meant I assumed it would happen again, which it did. You see, I could not change the women or the woman. I could only change my one assumption about relationships to assume something different would happen instead. This is so powerful to change your current relationship if you were in one. And three, practice self-love. Cultivate a deep sense of self-love and self-respect and self-worth. You see, when you love yourself fully, you attract relationships that reflect that love. Remembering that the mirror principle is at work in your life, especially when it comes to your close relationships. You see, if I don't love myself, then My partners will not choose me either. Now, when this happens, you're going to be right every single time. Believe me. But when I turned inward, I am worthy. I am sacred. I am love. I am loved. All those occurrences stopped showing up in my relationships immediately. And whenever I notice my old story spinning up that old movie, that old projector, I use my power of intervention and I interrupt anything that's a less than I am story. I interrupt it. I bounce back to the truth. I'm sacred, I am worthy, I am love, and I mean it. Now let's put this into practice, shall we? Using daily affirmations. Start your day with affirmations that reinforce your positive beliefs about yourself and relationships. So things like, I am worthy of love and respect. I attract supportive and loving people. My relationships are always harmonious and fulfilling. Incorporating visualization, of course. Visualizing your ideal relationships. See yourself interacting with others in a loving and supportive manner. Feel the emotions of joy, peace, connection as you engage in these visualizations. In other words, imagine a scenario where you are having a loving conversation with your partner. See their smile, hear their laughter, and feel the warmth of that connection. Sense it, smell it. What restaurant or location are you at? What do you feel from your voice box as you speak to them? What are the exact words that both of you are saying to each other? Make this visualization as vivid as possible, which we have talked about in previous lessons. Now, consider this. How will your relationships change if you truly believed that everyone is a reflection of your highest self and your most positive beliefs? Powerful, huh? You'd be more forgiving. You'd have more faith. You would let stuff go. It's pretty simple. Just assume they're a reflection of you and watch what happens. Now, here is some homework. You know what's going on. I want you to reflect on your relationships and the past ones, the current ones, all of them. Spend a few minutes, identify any negative beliefs that may have influenced these interactions, and consciously choose new positive beliefs to replace, not suppress, but to replace them. And now don't spend too much time digging a hole. Just want you to identify them. Don't choose that movie to live it all over again. Just get the awareness, write it down, do the flip, and move on. Because ultimately you want to use new affirmations and visualize accordingly. So use what you just identified in your homework and create your own specific affirmation about relationships. So you no longer give your power away to that old identity and reality. Visualize with confidence and acceptance that your wish has been fulfilled already. What am I saying? I want you to embody the state as if it were true now. Because remember, beautiful souls, your relationships are powerful mirrors reflecting your internal world. And by embracing the mirror principle, you can transform your relationships into sources of joy, support, and love. You have the power to create these connections, the ones you desire. I'm Anthony Cortino, Sacred Cobra. I believe in your ability to shape your reality and love with intention. I truly, truly believe that your ideal relationship starts and ends with you. So let's continue on this journey together. I will see you in the next lesson. And if you want to get the PDF attached to this video lesson, check the links below and get that so you can do the homework. And we'll see you next time. You are sacred. You're worthy. You are love. We'll see you next time. Cheers.